Welcome to another episode of Unmuted and Listen. The collaborations are collaborating. Okay, today's episode is all about how to not shoulder everything on your own. So, as y'all know, right, if you've been keeping up with me, you'll know that I have been dipping into consulting, right? But at the same time, I am not leaving my regular employee clients. And so, as I've been on this journey, I've been thinking to myself, I'm far too dope not to be known. Like, why don't enough people know me, right? So, I have really been trying to figure out, okay, what should I do? Like, what how do I change this? And one of the ways that I have realized slash been told by my business coaches, because you girl got business coaches, is collaborations. And I've been trying to figure out like what that looks like. And if I'm gonna keep it a bean, whoever I collaborate with, they have to be just as dope. The energy has to be there, the information has to be there, the behind the scenes has to be there. Like everything needs to be in alignment, right? Because I'm not finna collaborate with some lame Googleable person. Like you giving Googleable information, we not doing that here. We just not doing that here. I don't know why my New York accent has been on heavy lately. I've not been to New York in several years now, but the last couple days, the accent has been accenting. Anyway, back to what I was saying. And so I hit up one of my good friends. Actually, if y'all have heard me talk about it or you've seen the podcast I've been on, her name is Delaney. Mel Denny. Wow. I'm all the way off here. Anyway, and she has her podcast, Code Switch Rebellion. So I was on that like a month and a half, 2 months ago. So I know that she knows a lot of people in the career development world because she used to be a resume writer. Like she had a whole empire going on. And so I was like, listen, you know how I do, you know the type of way I go, right? The type of flow I have. Who can I work with that has worked with you? Like, who do you know? And it's led to some really dope conversations. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because you don't have to do this alone. When it comes to your career, there are ways that you can move about. And listen, I am an only child. I am an independent woman. I get what I get done, right? And even in my actual corporate career, I didn't use referrals, right? Like I didn't use the people that I know to get to where I wanted to go. And part of that is just because I could never figure out what exactly I wanted to do, right? There was never a company that I was at that I was really like, yeah, like I want to be able to move around in this company. But one of the things I want to impart on my clients, and those of you who listen to the pod or, follow me on LinkedIn or whatever, you don't have to do it by yourself. So if you are looking to get promoted, I need you to figure out who's who in your company. And this isn't on some regular coffee chats and let's network and let's have lunch. No, no. This is about who knows who. Because at the end of the day, mentorship is cool. Having a mentor is nice. But what you really need in order to be able to have someone who speaks on your behalf is a sponsor. And that's what that's about. A sponsor is someone who can speak on your behalf in rooms that you're not in, right? So they're the ones who can go to bat for you. They understand your thought leadership. They understand, what you want to do. Now, while I personally have not had that, uh, when I did my summit, It's Giving Promotion back in March, April, I had interviewed one of the CEOs, I think she's CEO of a nonprofit. And one of the things that she said was when she was a little bit early in her career, instead of, and here's the thing. She was known in her company, right? She was definitely known on her team for the things that she did, but she was known in her company for her swag, for her style. She wasn't really known for the dope professional value she brings. And so what she did was she scheduled what's called a skip level meeting. And that's the first time I've actually heard of that. But a skip level meeting is where you meet with someone who's not immediately above you, but even past that, and you discuss with them different things, right? So it could be about how to move about in the company. It could be about how to work on their team. It could be about things that they're looking for in, the type of role that you want to do, right? It's getting a feel for what leadership is truly looking for. And there are not enough women of color doing this at all, at all, right? I saw a meme, and y'all have probably heard me talk about this before, but I saw a meme towards the end of last year, 2025, beginning of this year, 2026, and it was a cartoon of Whitney Houston, and it said, "I am not every woman. It is not all on me. Anything you want done, baby, do it yourself." And the reason that resonates with me is because we as women of color, we take everything, we shoulder everything, we shuck and jive and yes, a boss all day long, right? Even if inside we feel like, oh, I don't want to do this, or this is not part of my job description, da 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 da. Most of the time we do it. And it's not because we are not strong. It's not because we are not good at what we do. It's not because we don't have the level of expertise needed to go above and beyond that. But it's tiring. Life as a woman of color is tiring. And so when you're in a professional atmosphere and they expect you to act like them and talk like them and think like them and look like them and all of these expectations that are on us, sometimes it feels easier to just accept what it is, be the workhorse, and just do the things that we need to do so that we're not called aggressive, so that we're not called, curse words or whatever the case may be. Right. But you don't got to do that. You don't gotta do that. There are plenty of ways to make it past where you are in your career. And part of that is by getting sponsorship, right? Part of that is by understanding the who's who in your organization. Part of that is by going to, events within your field, going to different conferences, things like that. And, I know not everyone's job pays for that. Like, I get that, right? But if you're the type of person where you're like, I don't need them to pay for it, I got this, then just do it yourself, right? Pay for it out of your own pocket. It's an investment at the end of the day. It's investment in yourself because your name isn't on those doors, right? Like your business's doors, but you are attached to your name. So no matter where you go, your job doesn't have to be your last stop, but it can be the stepping stone for your promotion. And promotion is not just getting promoted inside your company. You can promote yourself by getting a bigger and better job. And so this is what I actually teach, whether in my one-on-ones with my clients or even in my audio challenge coming up called Unapologetically Promotable. And in that challenge, and really in everything that I teach all about how to know exactly what you want to be known for, what kind of name you want to make for yourself, what kind of reputation you already have versus what you want to build, and how you bridge that gap. I also teach about how to understand what kind of language you're using, right? How to show the impact that you're making either throughout your career or even in the organization that you're in now, so that you can build your case for promotion. And also, I teach you about visibility. Now, in Unapologetically Promotable, we're not really going to go into the other two pieces, communication and visibility, but I do teach those. So if you want to work with me one-on-one, 3 months, let me know. Hit me up. We'll talk about it. But anyway, when it comes to visibility is something that we as women of color, I don't think we talk about it enough, right? Like we hear about executive presence and all these white coded things. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm speaking about is understanding what kind of goals you have and utilizing your network to achieve your goals. Okay. So if there's anything you can take from that, it's this: you don't have to do things siloed. You don't have to do things by yourself. You can do this by utilizing other people, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Who told us that it's wrong? Right? Do you feel like you're using people? Is that what it is? Because you're not. You're not. You are, especially if it's within the company, you are providing whatever area of expertise you have in order for them to achieve whatever the business's bottom line is. So you have to realize that you're giving to get. This is not just a selfish thing. And also, it's okay to be a little selfish in your career. So, this is why I want to invite you into Unapologetically Promotable. This is where I'm going to, over 21 days, $21. I'm going to help you separate your professional value from your personal worth. I'm going to help you look at your facts over feelings so that you stop self-doubt, so that you stop rewriting your own story. I'm going to help you move beyond being known only as a hard worker and team player. And I'm going to help you see your unique qualities as an asset, not something that you need to hide. All right. So if you do the following, you need to be in a challenge. If you feel like you have a hard time seeing yourself the way other people do, you need to be here. If you minimize your strengths, you minimize your accomplishments, and you say, oh, it's no big deal, it's the team, right? You pull one of those, the humble card. Yeah, you need to be in a challenge. If you're tired of letting your inner critic be the loudest voice in the room because you're always in your head about stuff, you need to be in a challenge, right? And if you feel like you got to tick every single box on a job description, you need to be in this challenge. So I invite you to do that. But also, just in general, whether you work with me or not, I invite you to have more collaborations. Okay. You don't have to get to where you're going by yourself. Like, if you think about society and as a whole, society is a group of people. And when they say it takes a village, it really does. I know that we typically use that for like childcare and all of that stuff, but you can use that even in your career. It takes a village. You don't have to hide yourself because you're scared that people are going to screw you over or, try to take advantage of you and all that. You know how to pick friends, pick good associates, pick good sponsors. It's the same concept, right? And if you don't know how to, well, girl, come on in. Come on in to my world, and I'm going to direct you. I'm going to help you because you are far too dope to be letting yourself get slept on, just like me. So I cannot wait to see how far these collaborations will take me because, baby, I had a conversation today and it was so good. I have that collaboration coming up. I have 2 others that I'm working on, and then there's a possible 4th. Yo, the rest of 2026 cannot see me, bro. Like, I am on it. Like, I'm on it for real. And so I am so excited for y'all to be part of this journey and see how I navigate the consulting and coaching world while also helping my lovely ladies in their career. So I hope you took some good info from this podcast today. And let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to hit me up. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.